1986, Karl-Lorimar Home video distribution of Max Headroom is the one and only US VHS release. To the surprise of absolutely no one, its life on VHS ended here, making this tape even more special. And it even has a neat little fold-out display on the sleeve, which was quite a unique thing back in 1986, and it's a neat little feature. Oh, it's like a book! Yeah, it's like a book. Anyways, trying to find this tape today isn't exactly easy, but it's also not difficult. That doesn't make any sense. There aren't that many listings for it, and they do go for some pretty mid-tier pricing, and I guarantee you will never find this in a thrift store. But if you do, hey, good work. Oh, good for you! Now, it's worth mentioning here, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be talking about them again, but Karl-Lorimar Home Video was a pretty big heavy hitter when it came to 1980s video distribution. Yeah, they were sort of like the captains of the B-list of home video distribution, right up there with media home entertainment. And you more than likely have watched at least one of their VHS releases in your lifetime, and maybe you even have at least one of their releases in your VHS collection and not even know it. And this would probably be because throughout the 80s, the company went through about a handful of name changes. When the company was founded in 1981, they went by Karl Video, or KVC, which I guess stands for Karl Video Company. And within the following 4 years, they would remain Karl Video, but go through a number of different logo changes. And in the latter part of 84 and well into 85, they would go by Karl Home Video, which, I mean, isn't much different than just Karl Video, but whatever. And in the tail end of 85, they would acquire the name that most people would know them by, if they know them at all, Karl-Lorimar Home Video. And then in 1986, they decided to get a little kinky and change their name to KLV TV. And this was a gimmick that was supposed to be like, it's a television station, but you program the television station because you watch their videos and determine what is programmed on the television station, so you're like the TV programmer for it. I don't know, man, it was a weird idea. It was a little too out there and didn't last very long because in 87 they went back to Karl-Lorimar Home Video. But drama was right around the corner in 87 because sometime in that year, Karl and Lorimar had a big fight and Karl stormed out. Not unlike Rick Martel leaving Strikeforce, or at least that's how it is in my mind. From then on, they would go by Lorimar Home Video until 1989 when they were bought out by Telepictures Communications, who later on would subsequently be bought out by Warner Brothers. It's a timeline that's a little bit more complicated than it should be, but interesting nonetheless. At least I think it is, and you should think so too. So Karl-Lorimar Home Video, or whatever you want to call it, is quite literally a 1980s video distributor because it was born, lived, and died within that very decade. Doesn't get much more 80s than that. This 1986 Max Headroom VHS is a Karl-Lorimar distribution under the KLV TV moniker. So it's a Karl-Lorimar Home Video distribution, even though it doesn't look like it is. Which is one of the problems with name changes. I mean, you're trying to build your company through recognition. That's a little hard to do when you keep changing your name. Karl-Lorimar Home Video made many names for themselves, literally and figuratively, by releasing many neato movies, like not only Max Headroom, but also Maximum Overdrive. This Max Headroom VHS release is cool because it also includes a video contest, which was a pretty big thing back in the 80s. They were a great way to promote videos because these contests typically involved you writing down answers to questions pertaining to whatever video. They lured you into watching the video with the promise of prizes. You would write down the answers on a postcard, mail it in, and maybe you would win. But I don't know if anyone ever did. The Max Headroom VHS includes Max Headroom himself not only introducing the video, but then explaining the rules and asking the questions after the video. It was unique. It was footage that you would only find on this VHS.
Watch the full episode here, as well as other classic Cat Nanos VHS pirate ship adventures. And please hit subscribe.